Senator Stiell focused on what he says is a number of government feats under the 3-year Structural Adjustment Program with the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. He also boasted about government's ability to reach agreements with international creditors, reduce unpaid claims, increase investor confidence in Grenada, and ensure continued economic growth into 2016.
Grenada's fiscal position continues to improve, and improve significantly. This year, Grenada will achieve its first primary surplus in over a decade. This means we will earn more than we are spending, less interest payments. Mr. President, we've started to live within our means.
Stiell said government's only shortfall was reduction in the island's doing business ranking. He described the move as unfortunate since government's efforts to improve the ranking was not completed in time and was not reflected in the World Bank report.
Several efforts were made to improve the investment climate over the past year, including the revision of tax incentives and drafting of bankruptcy and insolvency legislation. Unfortunately, they were not completed in time to impact the rankings. This government accepts responsibility for this shortcoming, and it will address these areas mentioned in 2016. We're confident that the passing of the necessary legislation, which will happen, and the implementation of the measures identified, which will happen, Grenada's ranking will improve moving forward.
Senator Nasenberg described the 2016 budget as being filled with zero truths and accused the government of withholding information from the public. He also debunked the government's claims of not introducing any new taxes. In his contribution, the private sector representative Christopher Diali commended the government on the introduction of several measures which he says has positively impacted the sector. However, he chided the administration for again relying on Citizen by Investment (CBI) program to finance the capital side of the budget. He also showed concern for the VAT regime of 15% and its effects on local businesses.
When we're talking about local business development and trade issues, one of the things that is of real concern to us in the private sector is the VAT regime that is currently in place that encourages local businesses to suffer because it's cheaper to import stuff than to buy it from the local man. And the VAT regime, as announced recently, the changes to the VAT regime encourages that. We have raised this with government, and that is one of the reasons I said we are so disappointed with the issue of the Tax Advisory Committee not meeting.
Only 3 senators were able to give their contributions following an early adjournment, allowing senators the opportunity to attend the funeral of the late Kenneth Tiloti Hood. For GBN News, I am Raquel Sinclair.